Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. I am so very excited to be featuring, hopefully, I know we've got Lucia Damisa coming in just a moment, and we're going to see if Stacey Reed is able to join us as well. I know she's been under the weather here and there, but she was saying that she was fairly certain she was feeling up to coming today, so we're going to hold out hope. We're going to see what happens. Also, I have a tissue because, okay, here's a hot tip, everybody. I love Vicks Vapo Rub, and I love tissues that have Vicks Vapo Rub in them. They're just like a nice little treat if you're using a tissue. However, I don't recommend if you're having like just checking the makeup under your eyes using a Vicks Vapo Rub tissue because now my eyes feel minty fresh, and that's not how I want my eyes to feel. So, if I'm going like this extra this morning, just know Lucia is not making me cry. It's that got a little Vicks under my eyes, making me feel very awake this morning. I hope everybody's doing great. I'm so thankful that you got to join me on this Thursday. I'm so thankful we could do this in a day early. And I just can't wait to sit down with Lucia and hear all about her release this week. I've seen some pictures on Instagram. We're going to talk all about it. And here she is. Miss Lucia Damisa. Hello.
Hi everybody. Hi B. So wonderful to be here again.
I'm just so beyond thrilled that you could join. Look at your wall. Get out. Okay, stop. We have to talk about the wall right now. We have to talk about the wall. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I just got that like yesterday and I couldn't wait to display it for everyone. So yeah, my map and my book over here.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. And I saw that you had a release party with like a super cute cake.
Oh, like the party hasn't happened yet, it's this evening, but yeah, I posted the cake today.
Oh,
My mom baked it, so yeah.
wait a minute. Hold on. Your mother made that cake?
Yeah, she's a baker.
Okay, let's see, I'm trying to figure out if do you have it on your wall or you have it in your stories, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I'm trying to find at some point I might have to show everybody, or at least you guys know you can go on Instagram because you can see all of her stuff. I've got her linked in the description box, by the way. But we're going to be talking to her this morning all about her fabulous new release. I just couldn't be more excited. Let's say hi and see who's here. We have Terry. Hello. Hi. Hey, Paige. She's
Hi.
here. Nicole, good morning. Off to lesson plan while listening along this morning, but glad I'm here for the happy vibes. We're so happy you're here, Nicole. She always brings those happy vibes too. Good morning, Sog. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. I just love this community. They're the best. They're the best. I love it.
Yeah.
Good morning, Molly. Still reading that Ever King. I'm glad you're keeping us updated, Molly. Good job. Megan's here. Oh my gosh, we're so happy that you're here, Megan. We're gonna have a good time. Everybody's saying hi to Lucia. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. Hello, Angel Wolf. Yeah, hello to everybody, right? Good morning, Kristen. Oh my gosh. And B, good afternoon in Ireland. I love it. So I'm just so excited to talk to you. Oh, and she's saying hi to you too. Well, we're gonna hold out hope that Stacey Reed can join us, but if not, you know what? We are so thrilled. We'll have plenty to talk about with your brand new release. I'm going to present right now gorgeous cover this gorgeous cover. Tell us about what's come out this week. Tell us all about it.
All right. So that I should tell you guys about my book release. So yeah, A Desert of Bleeding Sand. I pitch it as West African Mr. and Mrs. Smith because of the rivals to more tension between my main characters, which are Zer and Dayton. So the story begins with them receiving missions from their respective commandants, telling them to go to the palace to find out the traitor who is, sponsoring the mercenaries going to schools to kidnap students. So this story like follows Zera and Dayton as they go to the magical palace, which is called the Sand Palace, as you can see in the book cover, like to illustrate that it's called the Sand Palace. So they go there and they have like the lords and ladies from different tribes, because there are 5 different tribes in the book. So they have like lords and ladies, and them have their agenda. Some are, not anyone, like no one rather is really good. No one is. Everybody has their agenda for their tribe. Everybody has what they are trying to achieve, but not all of them are the villains, and not all of them are who, is sponsoring the mercenaries. So Zay and Dayton have to go to the palace, investigate, find out who the person is, and like through all this, they have a lot of like untangling of webs to do. And in the midst of this, the palace is also alive. So, and the palace, like, it's there to protect like the king and the queen, and it doesn't tolerate, sneaking. So Zara and Dayton have to find their way around like this palace that is alive. And as much as they are skilled as elite military students, there is still like they are still young. These people they are going after are like, you know, old people in the game. So it's like a lot of work for them, but they actually can't give up because Dayton has his friend kidnapped, and Zare has like mercenaries marking her sisters to be kidnapped. So like they have like high stakes that they have to find the traitor in the palace. And at the same time, they are also rivals because they do want to find the traitor in the palace, but they have opposite like ultimate goals. So they're also working against each other in this attempt to find the traitor in the palace. And yes, the world building is a Sahara Desert world building, like with the sand and sand dunes and all that with magic flying magic carpets and all of that. But a lot of it also comes from West African mythology and West African history, and also a lot of things currently happening in my country now. So yeah, that's what a desert of bleeding sand is about.
I adore this, and I love your writing. I love your writing. Now, what age group would you say that this is geared towards?
I would say from 16 upward. Let me say from 16, like YA, young adults, but from 16 upward. And then, all the adults can read it as well. So yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, because I think I knew I'm terrible about paying attention to, like, YA versus new adult, like, knowing the nuances between those things, but when I was reading this, it was interesting to me. It did kind of read YA, which is I think great because when
Yeah.
you're the 2 main characters are sort of thrust into this world where they're like, "But I'm a student, like, am I ready for this?" I loved that theme of just, feeling like, okay, they don't have a choice,
Yeah.
um, but they don't know that they're quite ready. I think that there was just that extra element of tension that's woven throughout the fact that they're both so young, and this is
Yeah.
all like would you say it's like their first mission?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Because the rest of it has been in like the comfort and the safety of their school environment. Like everything is training, everything is practice. If you fail, nothing highest in like highest it to be like you fail and maybe you get like a low score, but like your younger sister won't die like if you fail in school. So that is actually their first mission. Yeah.
Yeah, it's intense. I mean, right from the get-go, and another thing that really resonated with me is just the sense of family. I love how you have family, the ensemble cast, just fantastic. Do you wanna tell us about, your own experiences within your family and friends that may have helped you to
Yeah.
sort of write this in the book?
Yeah. First of all, my house echoes a lot, so I feel everyone is going to hear me singing their praises right now. But yeah, like I come from a close knit family. I come from a family. Like I have two sisters myself, an older sister and a younger sister. So like I totally know what it is to like be protective of your sister. And I also have like yeah, we are five kids. So I have two younger brothers as well. So I know how it is to be protective of like your younger siblings, like going, to any length to, protect them. I that came from first-hand experience. And then in theme of family also, because many fantasy books have orphans to the point that it's even a trope of like the fantasy orphan, like it's normal. And so I wanted to, explore a situation where they have parents because Zara and Dayton do have parents.
Yeah.
And and there's um this realistic thing or this thing in life where even though you love your parents and they love you, you don't always have the same mindset, the same goals and all of that. So I wanted to actually explore that kind of dynamic of like, a family that love each other and would go to the ends of the earth for each other. But then there are still some things in their lives, in their personal lives, that they don't agree with. Like we see that especially with data, and then
Mm.
their family is like much closer because they go through a lot together. So yeah, like I was able to pull from my family like so easily as I was reading. Like, it just kept coming to my head. I was like, if they ever ask me this question, I would very easily say that, I, I got this inspiration from my own family, like years ago when I was writing, drafting the manuscript. So yes.
I just love her family. I feel like so often again, my background is more historical and contemporary romance most of the time, although I love myself some fantasy from when I can understand it like this. Um, but yeah, I adored the just how much the family just loves each other because so often that's not what I'm seeing. And
Yeah.
so it was so refreshing, such a breath of fresh air to see a family that was so invested in one another and each other's safety and respectful, and I loved that. Um, I also wanna talk to you about obviously we talked there's like okay, I'm gonna say this wrong. You said military academies, right? Is that how
Yeah.
I would phrase it? Okay. Tell us about your experience in school and how that also lent itself to this book. I love
Yeah.
this.
It's actually funny because at the time when I was writing it, I didn't actually realize that I was, drawing from my own experiences in the military academy. It was just, and like what gave me the idea for military students wasn't the fact that I went to a military boarding school. It just came from somewhere, and it was
Mm,
much later when I was writing my bio, and then I was like, yo, I attended like an Air Force boarding school, and I served in the Navy, and I was like, wait, well, this actually really ties in to my book, which is ridiculous because everything I know about the military comes from the fact that I went to a military boarding school. So yeah, military boarding school was very intense. Like it was very intense because my younger brothers didn't go to a military boarding school. And the other day I was recounting some of my experiences to them and they were just shocked. And I was like, you guys really had the soft life because like this was something we went through so much that it was normal to us, like dealing with seniors because the seniors were so strict that the seniors like higher levels than us. And then when you leave the dormitory, you come out and deal with soldiers. And it was like, okay, an example was you jog from point A to point B. So if you are going from class to the dormitory, you are jogging. If you are going from the library to like, we are always jogging. And if you are caught walking, like that is a problem. And that is just a very mild example of what it is to go to a military boarding school. Like it was very intense, it was very strict.
oof.
And there and data, and like I was able to draw from that because we're also super competitive, even with like other Air Force schools that were
Mhm.
under the same umbrella. We were all like super competitive, so I was able to draw from that competitiveness, like the strictness, the no room for failure kind of mindset,
Mm.
to write this story. So yes.
I'm so impressed. When we last spoke and you were talking about your experience at a military academy, I mean, do you still feel like occasionally that you need to jog somewhere as opposed to walk?
Well, well, I had this experience where anytime they blow the whistle, like when they blow the whistle, you need to start jogging. And then that day we went out to like a kind of complex, and like somebody just blew a whistle, and I wanted to just like start jogging. Like I just had this, and then I just thought that everybody was moving on. I was like, wait, okay, we are I'm not at school. Like I walk like a normal person. A whistle is not, gesturing me to do anything. So yeah, there was definitely an experience like that.
Too funny. And then I'm so sorry to ask you to repeat yourself from our last fabulous interview, but this was something that I still think about all the time after we last spoke. Talk about some of the events that were going on in your world that really inspired this story.
Yeah, so the main thing that inspired a desert of Bleeding Sand was, as I said, there's the kidnapping of students from schools. And it was because it had happened, like the Bring Back Our Girls movement happened in 2014. And then at that,
2014. That's
yes,
11 years ago. How was that 11 years ago?
yeah, and at that time I was actually 11 years younger. So it was like it was too scary and too like big for me to deal with. So I kind of just tuned it out. Like it
Yeah,
was on the news, everybody was talking about it. I was talking about it, but I didn't let it penetrate too much because it was over 100 girls that the mercenaries went to their school and just like, you know, abducted all of them. And even till now, some of them, we don't know where they are
yeah,
of their whereabouts. And the story at the end of the story and the author's note explains what happened. So yeah, like that happened. And then when elections started a few years ago, like it started happening again. Mercenaries started going to school to like abduct like college students, secondary students, and even toddlers. And like they would abduct them in like hundreds. And it was just so terrible because sometimes I didn't even, it was just like a chaos. I can't even really explain the order to it. But there was just this day when I think about 20 college students were abducted, and I just felt it so intensely because I was like this could be me, these are my age mates, this could be me, this could be my friends. And
right.
that in my house, like alone in my house, I just like started crying because I was like, this is just so terrible. And so I
Yeah,
just needed an outlet, because even like with those college students that they kidnapped, they were killing them. Like we'll get news today that they killed this person. They found this. So it was just really terrible. And
terrible.
then the only way I could really, because we were on social media, we were talking, nobody was listening to us. When the youths went out on the streets to protest, like, these kidnappings, they were literally shut down during the End SARS movement. So what I could really do was to like, sit down and write this story, like, express everything and even fictionalize it so, to an extent you can get away with saying some kind of truth. And
Yeah,
then to just try to give us a voice because if they are shooting us down on the streets and banning social media, because they literally did, like when we're going on social media and like tagging international bodies like this is what is happening in our country and it's so terrible, they literally banned Twitter. That I think for a month we couldn't use Twitter. So I was like, at least with a book they can't censor it, they can't ban it,
yeah,
and it's not even being published like by Nigerian publishers, by foreign publishers. So that was what ultimately led to, this story, a lot of the world building, the political system, and the issues of tribalism, because like
yeah.
that is also one issue that we face. And yeah, those were what led to the background of the desert of bleeding sand.
I love it. I'm so grateful that you were able to take your feelings and your experiences and put them into this book. I just feel like this is so crucial.
Thank you.
Um, I have actual questions. I haven't even gotten to them. I'm just having so much fun talking to you. So okay, let's just go through one of my very favorites I love to ask. So obviously, I know we've talked something about this before, but what, if you have anything else to add, what made you want to be an author?
All right, it was just I've always loved telling stories, and it was mostly from like watching movies and like oh, I watched this movie and it didn't go exactly the way I wanted it to, and so I would just like pick up like a notebook and try to write the story like another direction. And then once I got to like that part that like I really wanted to see change, that would abandon the story. And so
Yeah.
I even vocally, like I'd always just like loved telling stories, and it was just like this thing like when you were younger, like making up the tallest tales ever to like my my classmates and all of that. But thank goodness I stopped to story writing. So yeah, eventually I started to like write my own like stories like from my own inspiration and started to like start them, finish them and all of that. And it was when after college and after I served, I saw this ad by a smaller publisher asking people to query them with their manuscripts. So I was like, yeah, like they probably won't be looking at Nigerians. But anyway, I'm just going to send out this story that I really love. And I sent it out to them. And I wasn't really expecting like any feedback, or I wasn't really expecting any response rather. But to my shock, about a week or two later rather, they messaged me back and they were like, oh, we love your story, but it's not yet there, and this and this and this are things you can fix. And it was just like, wow, like even across continents, like they read my story, they even gave me feedback, so it's possible. And then I wrote other, like I think my first fantasy book, I wrote it and like put in all the effort and everything, and then I sent it to them again and they were even more interested in that one. So that was when it came like, that it's possible, like I can be an author. And like that was when the dream was born. And for the past 4 years, I've been pursuing the dream of publishing a book.
That just had to be so surreal when you were
Yeah.
coming across the ocean. Here you are getting feedback. I just love that. So, what is your writing process like? Where do you write? When do you like to write?
Do I even have a writing process? Like my writing process is like when I start the story and you just
Oh,
like finish it. Like that's like just like you started the story, make sure you finish it. Like do whatever I
mm,
need to do to finish it. So it's like writing, sometimes like writing for like 6 hours a day. Sometimes like when I'm super excited about like a coming scene, I wake up in the midnight and I write till morning. So I don't really have like a fix, like maybe write at this time to this time, like kind
yeah.
of process. I write in my room by my bed, or sometimes I write in the living room by on the dining table. So yeah, I don't really go out to write because first of all, I'll be very aware that I can't stay here for so long, and so that would like affect my attention span. I like writing when I know that I can sit down and write like however the story comes for as long as I need to. And then when I write, yeah, at any time of the day, anytime inspiration sparks. Sometimes I'm cooking, and while the food is like maybe it's going to take like 10 to 20 minutes to get ready, I start writing. And at that point, I have to set alarms so I don't get the way we write that I burn down the food. The other day, my mom was like, "Why do you set alarms in the kitchen?" And I was like, "Yes, I can track the minutes and keep my mind on the food I'm making." So,
That's great. So do you like to write do you do freehand, like, on paper? Are you typing? Are you on your phone? What do you do?
yeah, I'm typing on my laptop. I don't like writing anymore, which is ridiculous. I really don't like writing with like a pen and paper. I just feel like it makes me so slow
Yeah,
compared to when
sure.
I'm like, typing. So yeah, but I do write on pen and paper when I'm like when I go out and I feel like yes, inspiration is definitely going to spark at any time. So like I tend to carry a pen and paper because for example, for whatever reason, when I'm in church, I just seem to have like inspiration for plot holes, and then, like, because if you're in church and you're pressing your phone, it's going to be awkward. So pen and paper is like my best friend there because when you're writing, like you probably imagine you're writing, what the preacher says or something. So those are the times I use like my pen and paper, and then my phone is like in the middle when I wake up with like some idea that I don't want to forget. I just type it down on my phone. Sometimes like write like stuff that is almost hard to read, but the idea is there. But when it comes to writing, like drafting rather, I use my laptop alone.
Yeah, I love that. You know, it's so funny you mentioned when you mentioned sometimes doing your phone. We had an author on the other day, Alexa Aston. She's a historical romance author, and she goes on walks every day, and she just dictates her stories into her phone. And sometimes
Wow.
she'll get, like, a whole I don't think she said a whole story, but a good bit at
Wow.
least.
Like,
I know, isn't that crazy? I love that. I
oh,
love it. So speaking of your work and your writing, and it seems like you catch the muse and you just get excited and you write and write. We know that this one is coming out, and is it later this year? When is this one? This is the book 2 of the same
yeah,
series, clearly. Tell us
yeah.
about this.
What can I say? First of all, this cover is just stunning. Like,
Stunning, stunning. Now,
yeah,
is this the same artist who did the other cover? The gal now, if I remember correctly, she's from Ukraine, correct?
I don't even know what country she's from.
Okay.
Actually, I just know Volkova.
Okay.
Yeah,
This is just ridiculously gorgeous. This is book 2, and I understand if you can't say a whole lot because that might give away some from the previous book, which of course is our main focus, the one that's just come out.
yeah.
But,
I about the cover because I was like when I sent the feedback or like when I sent my notes of what I hoped for the cover, and I got the first sample, I was just like, this is not going to go well. Like when I got the first like cover art sample, I was like, if this is where we are starting from, like I don't even know how it's going to get better. But then I sent some notes. I was like, okay, like book one's cover is beautiful and people are loving it. Like, how about we just take some elements and just spoke, but I was just like, just prepare yourself that you might not love what you get, but as far as the publisher and other people on the team love it, then it's fine. And then that day, my sister and I were talking, and I just got the email that this is your cover. I was just like, first of all, I was like, just open it, and whatever you see is not the end of the world. It's fine. But then I was like, no, I don't think I can do that. I need to finish talking with my sister and find a private place so that in case this cover is not beautiful and I start crying, like nobody would see me. And then I opened it and I was just like, wow, like I was
Yes, yes.
yeah, like it's so beautiful. I'm so lucky to, have such beautiful covers and cover artists. So
So
yeah.
beautiful. So again, I don't tell me anything that you don't feel comfortable telling me. But clearly, we've got the desert going here. It appears that we are on the high seas in this one.
Yep.
Okay. You're like, "That's all I can say."
Say yep.
I mean, they're just lovely. Now, remind me, this obviously, we've got 2 books. When is this one coming out?
On the 30th of July.
Oh oh my gosh, for some reason, I was thinking it was further out. It's coming out this summer?
Yeah.
Why did I think it was later? Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. So this is great for those of us that don't like to wait a long time between books. I mean, this is gonna be perfection. Now, this obviously is the 2nd book. How many books do you have planned in this series?
5 books.
5
Yeah.
books.
Yep.
Do we happen to know the release dates of any of the other books? I mean, I just have to ask.
No, we don't know yet.
Okay.
Like I don't know yet.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair. What number are you writing right now? Or are you writing more than 1?
I'm actually writing number 5.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. This is so Do you just feel like you just want everybody to know or well, okay, let me ask then. I'm not even sure how I'm asking. I'm so excited right now. Do you already know in your mind how everything is going to turn out, or are you kind of working through that process right now?
Like for the big picture stuff or for the foundational stuff, I know how everything is going to turn out. But
Okay.
I always have this thing in writing where like I outline and then it's like, okay, this is how the story is going to go. And then for whatever reason, when I finish writing it, I just have this feeling like I need to make it more. I need to make it grander. I need to make it more intense. Like actually what comes to my mind and what I tell my younger sister is like I need to make it more epic. So
Yes.
even if I know like the basic like happenings of book 5 and all of that, and even though I've written book 3 and 4, I've not started like editing them with my editor. I just know that by the time I'm done with them, or by the time I go back to books 3 and 4, I'm just going to have that let's make it more epic mindset, and I'm just going to start intensifying things like hills will turn to mountains and rivers will turn to oceans, and like everything will just be as big and dramatic as I can make it. So yeah.
I love that. I love that. Have there been any I know it's fun. I love it when authors will talk about their characters, like they're living, breathing people. In your writing, has there been a point where you were sort of surprised when the story sort of took you to a place that you weren't necessarily anticipating, or are you like one of those amazing people that like, "This is it. Nothing's surprising me."
No, my stories surprise me a lot. And sometimes it can even be something I planned, but then writing it out just like, takes me to like depths that I didn't really imagine. Because sometimes I can outline something, I can be like, oh, make her cry. And then in the blanket, I'll be like, make it heart wrenching. But there are also parts where like I don't even have like those kind of thoughts and I'm just like writing it out and
Yeah.
I try not to cry outwardly because people will look at you and be like, why are you looking at your laptop and crying? But like some
Gosh.
just takes me inside. And then sometimes it's like you've been building up this character and you've been building up this character and they've been having their separate stories. And then for some reason they have to like collide. And there's just like so much behind them that them coming together is just so explosive. And I didn't even see this coming. And I'm just like, I don't even know how to feel. Like, I have so much energy. I could probably just start jogging around to like get rid of all the energy. So yeah, and there are times so like my siblings just have to deal with this a lot. Like my younger sister, I'll just talk, oh my god, like you can't believe what I just came up with. And then as I'm talking to her, I'm like, so hyped up and she's trying to keep up with what I'm saying. And so yeah, there are moments of surprise like that.
That is so fun. I love it. Okay, so does your family then, do they have they read these?
Not yet. Like they really want to, but I'm like, I want the hard copy, the hardcover to like, I want to get my hardcovers and then give it to them. Because when the acts came out, they were like, everybody's saying this, and we, your family, haven't even seen this thing. And I'm like, just be patient. When the hard when the hardcovers come out, I'll give you a copy and you can read it.
I love it. Are you gonna sign them? Are you gonna give is everyone gonna get their own hardcover signed?
But they won't care about having signed copies. I I could probably sign it for myself, to feel great. But I could possibly just have given them, a copy without it being signed and to be the same to them.
I love it so much. I feel like I would just wanna hang out with you and your family. I really do. Just love it so much. Ejatu has a great question. Did you know that you wanted to write fantasy, or did you wanna try other genres first? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I actually first started writing. I think what I first started writing was like drama. Like it was just because I think about it and it wasn't really romance. It was just like family drama, like this huge. Like, can you imagine like this huge Mexican family? Because I was so used to watching like telenovelas that I writing like about this Mexican family in Mexico that I hardly even know anything about them. But like yeah, like that was where I started, and then I started to like read romance and love romance, and like I moved to like historical romance, and it was like because I love history, so it was also like exploring like Regency times and then it was much later when I read my first fantasy book and I was just so dazzled. And I think that shows that, the fantasy writer had always been inside because I just read one fantasy book and I was like, I want to do this. I want to create like a whole new world. I want to, just make things out of nothing. And from then I never really looked back and I started writing fantasy. So yeah.
I love it. I love it. I would never have pegged you for a telenovela, person. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Okay, so now I'm gonna ask one of my this is my favorite question. What would you say makes a great story?
I remember the last time you asked me this question, I gave the
I
same
know.
answer twice. And by I know you are going to say this. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still going to say it. And for me, what makes a great story is heart. Like I just love heart in a story. Like it's because stories can be cold. And it's like
Mm,
even when you're writing a story about like World War II, and I feel like that's
mhm.
actually one strength that many World War stories have. Like they just have that heart that even though like these terrible things are happening, you see strangers that meet each other and like will go out of their way to help each other. You see family members that are dying due to starvation, just bad things. But like as they keep getting fewer, like they still have that like strong bond and that like strong love. And bro, when there is romance in like that setting, like it's just beyond because the heart is very intense. So like I would read anything if it has heart. Like I would read anything, any genre, anything. So I just feel like for me, and I see it a lot with literary agents too, because I don't think many of them are aware that heart is what they are looking for in the story. But when they just start describing like, oh, I read this popular book and it's like I felt so cozy and I felt so warm and I felt like I could be friends with the character. I'm like, that is heart. And
Mm.
I just feel like that is like what makes stories stay longer with people, what makes people want to follow a story like book after book and all of that. So yeah.
I love it. I love it. Oh, how fun. And I know obviously you're still a super new author, so I don't know if this is a fair question, but what are you finding that's really resonating with your audience? Like, what kind of feedback are you getting back that people just love about your story?
Wow. Well, the feedback I've been getting have been so overwhelming because I had all these like plans for what I was going to do if the feedbacks were not positive. Like I would
Oh,
stay away from this, I would stay away from that side, I would not do that. But the
yeah.
feedbacks, I planned to not read any review. I was like, if like anybody tags me in a review, I'm not even going to look at it. But if you see my Instagram now, I've actually been reposting them myself. And like people have been, first of all, they keep referencing the author's notes, which talks about like the bring back our girls movement and like how everything that. And I'm just so happy that they are getting it, like, because it's one thing to try to pass a message, and then the readers love the romance, they love the fantasy, and they are really getting like what happened to like spark up the story. So I'm just so moved and happy that they read the author's notes, like they understand. Like, I've been seeing like somebody, like one of her comments at the end of her review was like, this book shows that books are political. And I was like, the fact that she can actually take that, sorry, out of my book, like, that just like they get it, they get like the message I'm trying to pass across. But they've also been other things, like people are loving the rivals to more kind of tension, and they are loving the world building and like the the found family and all of that. So yeah.
I love it. I love it so much. Yes. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Um, oh my gosh, I love it. So where can we look for you? I mean, if okay, and by the way, I just need to say this one more time. This is the other thing I wanted to say. You
Yeah.
guys, her writing is beautiful. I think I mentioned that briefly. It's in my review, and I think I started with it, but I just wanted to say it one more time because I don't know that we specifically said, and I know you're not going to be like, my writing's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Thank you
It's
so
I
much.
love it. It's
Thank
just like
you.
you can sink right in to the story in the page. And sometimes for me, when I start off with a book, it's like a little rocky in the beginning. You're like, okay, entry's difficult, but your writing is just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. I just wanted to say that one more time.
Thank
Now I'm going to ask the question. Sorry, I just didn't want to forget to say that. So, where can we look for you?
Well, on almost every social media site available. Yeah, like, but mostly I'm most active on Instagram, and like my you can find me at Lucia Damisa across the board. I'm on Instagram. I just open threads. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Twitter, X, and then I'm also very active on my blog, which is Lucia's Fiction. And like, I
Mm,
blog a lot. I have so many opinions about, like, no, not, I wouldn't say opinions, like, I really love like the publishing journey. Like, it fascinates me. So like, I'm
yes.
always like, every new step I take, I'm always like, blogging about how it was, and tips for doing this, and all of that. So yeah, you can find me on those places.
You guys have to go see it at least today. Hop on Instagram and see her cake. It's so neat. It took
My
me a
mom
second. I was looking at it, I'm like,
said that.
"Wait a minute, is that a cake?" Like, oh, this is so neat. And your mom made that cake?
Yeah.
Is she a professional cake baker?
Yeah, she's a professional baker.
Okay, well, there you go. I was gonna say, I was like, "That is amazing." It's like one of those TV shows where, "Is it cake?"
Oh,
It was
God.
so how very special. Well, I am just so grateful that we got to spend extra time with you. We got to see you a second time, and I wish you all the best, truly. I'm just so inspired by you and your story and these
Thank
books coming out. I wish you all the best. Is there any I wanna make sure I leave no stone unturned. Is there anything that you want to share before I know you've got plenty going on this week. You have such a busy week. Is there anything else that you wanted to share?
Actually, I think like your questions covered all of it, but I also want to say, thank you for having me on the show. Thank you for being such a, great personality and so easy to like chat with and talk to. Because normally this kind of like, going on the show, I'll be so tense and nervous. But I remember how easy it was like the first time we spoke. So I just came in like so, settled and all of that. So thank you. And I'm so excited about your live show. I've been watching episodes. And thank you
Oh.
everybody also who joined us this morning. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're so lovely. You're just so lovely. I'm just so thrilled that we got to have you back. Paige says, "Beautiful writing gets me every time. I wanna read this right now." Oh, you won't be sorry, Paige. You will not. Angel says, "I need to see if the library has this book." Shannon goes, "I can't wait to read your book. You're such a delight." She is, isn't she? She
So
really
much.
is. She really is. Well, we will say goodbye, and I will be keeping tabs on you. And thank you again for joining us this morning.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. That was so much fun. I just adore her. I just adore her. And, yes, okay, for those of you that are just coming in, again, my eyes, I have Vicks Vapo Rub under my eyes, not recommended. So if you guys are like, "What's wrong with your eyes?" That's what it is. So I'm so sorry. But it was so lovely to have her on. Stacy Reed was not able to join us. I don't know if she'll be popping in later. That would be pretty neat. But the rest of the morning, we are going to be doing a deep dive. Now, if you remember from Tuesday, oh, so long ago on Tuesday when we last met, I asked you what you wanted us to do a deep dive into because I thought it would be so fun to really do, based on what we're feeling at the moment, kind of going into something and learning more about it and talking about either, like, for example, a particular trope or a hero or a time period or an author. And we did a poll and there were 2 ties actually for 1st and 2nd place. We went with the top 2, which were the hero, a particular hero we wanted to do a deep dive about, or a trope. And like I said, there was a tie, which is a problem. So you know what I did? I was so smart. I asked my members, my channel members, to vote to see which one we should do. And it was a tie again. So, guess what we're doing right now? We're voting one more time. And I am really, really hoping that there is not another tie. If there is, I don't know, maybe we'll spin a wheel. But I would love to do one more poll to see what are we in the mood for this morning. And then we're going to have a nice long sprint and I'm going to find out all the things I can find to bring to you after the sprint. But right now, here we go. I'm going to create the poll as we speak. We're doing either a a type of hero, particular hero. I'm going to say, what do we want? I'm just going to be very informal. So I feel like we're in that kind of space this morning. I also, while we're doing this, let me know in the comments, how's your week going? What are you reading? What are you looking forward to this weekend? We have plenty of time to talk about all of this today, which I'm really excited about. Okay, so what do we want? And then I'm just going to ask that question again, and I'm going to throw this at you guys in one moment. Particular hero or particular trope. And then based on that, we will then vote again on a particular hero or trope. So get ready, guys. This is going to be fun. I'm really excited. We've never done this before. And you know how I love to do things I've never done before, even though sometimes they don't always turn out super perfectly. But that's part of the fun, right? The not knowing. All righty. Here we go. Yeah, one click, kids. Thank you, Kristen. Everybody's voting once, please. I'm putting the form is now been in the chat. Words, where are the words that I need? Oh, we're already responding. Yay. Okay, let me present. Do, 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 do. So we can all see. Oh, look. All right. It's nice to see not a tie. Oh, never mind. One vote, everyone. If there's any tricksters in the crowd, I don't know. Hopefully not. I love how Abby Jean always phrases it in such a positive way. She just always wants to believe the best in everyone. Not that anyone's, little trick. Well, somebody might be a little sneaky, tricky little jokester, is what I would assume, if anything. Okie dokie. Let's see. She was sweet, wasn't she? I love her so much. I'm so happy we got to have her back. Let's see. I don't feel, oh no. All right. I'm going to call it. Oh, we have, I voted, but I'm honestly fine either way. I'm going to call it because we have 19 responses and we have like 17 people on. So, okay. We are doing a particular hero this morning. I'm excited. All right. So, guys, what kind of hero? That's not it. Wow. Okay. What kind of hero would we like to learn more about this morning? Cinnamon rolls, alphas, protective, possessive. What are we in the mood to learn more about today? What do we want some recs on? And then we'll vote. What do you guys want? I love it. While we're thinking. I know what I want, but that's what I always want, which is a cinnamon roll. Let me know. Let me know in the comments and then we'll vote. We could even say historical hero or take this however you want to take it. Historical hero, I don't know. Orc. There's a lot of orcs for those of you that like fantasy. Oh golly. Cinnamon roll. I'm hungry, right? Okay, I'm probably gonna go ahead and just add that to things we can vote about. But I'm curious to see if there's anyone else. If there's no other recommendations, we're just gonna do cinnamon roll. Ooh, a good Duke. Okay, we've already got 2. Okay, I'm excited. Cinnamon roll. Okay. Ooh, a funny hero. Yes. Okay, I'm excited. Let me get I'm gonna make another poll. Whoopsie. Nope, didn't mean to do that. Okay, let me make another poll. Making another poll. I don't know why I need to sing while I do that. Okie dokie. Well, I'm not looking at the screen at your screen for one moment. So feel free to continue to make suggestions. I'll be hopping over in just a moment to read what you're saying. All right. What kind of hero? I'm excited. I think this is going to be fun. I would like to do more of these too. All right. So far, and I'll just start showing you my screen actually. Showing you my screen. Again, I'm singing for no reason. Okay. We said cinnamon roll and a good Duke. And a humorous hero. Okay. Anything else? A pirate. Okay. I'm loving these. A funny cinnamon roll. Sweet and sticky cinnamon roll. Alpha heroes. Ooh. What else am I seeing? Historical and protective. I'm just gonna put it down. We'll just see what happens when we vote. I'm really excited. And remember what Kristen said, 1 click, kids. Historical, protective. Okay. Just joined cinnamon roll. Hey, Mary. We're doing we might have to do a spinning wheel. Well, I just want to see what everybody wants the most, though, Terry. Well, we may end up spinning at a certain point. If we get a tie, I'm going to spin. Reformed rake. We always love a good reformed rake. Okay. What else? We got the pirate. Second vote for reformed rake. Wow. Look at your profile picture. That's intense. Cold War radio tiger. Wow. Very cool. A funny cinnamon roll pirate. Historical hero with a science job. Okay, I'm gonna put it. We're gonna have like a million choices. Historical scientist. I actually can think of several off the top of my head. Who used to be a rake? I think you guys are starting to be, you're teasing now. Reformed rake, yes. I feel that any of these guys could be funny, so maybe that shouldn't be its own category. Okay. What the word for not wholly good, but not wholly bad? Oh, is that what is that? Is that is that morally gray? Is that what that is? Or maybe you're not talking about it. I think it's morally gray. With a W? Anybody? Anyone know? My brain is also blanking. Do you want me to, and Sock, do you want me to take off funny? Morally gray. Yeah, I think it's morally gray. All right, we're gonna add that. Morally gray. Okay. Is it with an EAY? I always get that confused. I think it depends on whether you're Canadian or not, actually. Yeah, morally gray. Okay, we're going with that. We're gonna go with that. Okay. That feels like a good amount. We've got like 9 choices. So please take out funny. Okay, we'll take out funny. All right, we'll take out funny. Where is it? We could do humorous. Okay. So we'll have 8 choices. Excellent. All righty. We're publishing. We're clicking. We're shortening the URL. We're copying. We're putting it over here. Here we go, guys. Let's do some voting. Let's see what we're interested in. I'm excited. Okay, I can't wait to see. This is going to be fun. And we've got like a million choices. Look at all the colors. Oh, this is going to be really fun to see. And remember, if you could just vote once, that'd be lovely. Oh boy. Oh my gosh, when we go on our sprints, I'm going to do a good, nice wipe under my eyes so I don't have any more minty freshness under my eyeballs. Wow, this is different. Those two greens look very similar. Okay. Luckily, I can pop over top to see what they are. Isn't that neat? I love it. So beautiful. And we're seeing a lot of cinnamon roll. What a shame. What a shame. I didn't even vote, by the way. Let's see. We've got 19 watching right now. So definitely we'll cap at that point. And then maybe some people don't want to vote too. That's totally fine. Anyone else? Oh, we've got some more coming in. I love it. Cinnamon roll. A pirate has 7%. Alpha, historical protective, reformed rake. Historical scientist has 15%. Morally gray. Option 10. Option 10. What when the what? Oh no. What did I do? I have an option 10. Oh no. I'm going to remove that. What does that do? I'm sorry, option 10. And multiple people picked option 10. What do I even do with that? That would be hilarious. You guys are funny. You're so funny. I didn't mean to add that. I apologize. Live and learn. Live and learn. Okay. I feel like, wow, this is fascinating. I might cap it. Let's see. Oh, yep, that was it. Oh, morally gray. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop. And no! Jeez Louise. Wait. Wait. Nope, it's still tied. Okay, everyone. I really tried. I really tried. Wait, it says I'm not accepting. Wait, not accepting. Oh, I didn't click it. Okay, oopsie. All right. Well, we guess what? As we knew, option 10 is all of the above. Oh, that would be quite a bit of research to do. Can we pick two? This is hard. Well, now we have to. I know. Well, what? We'll just have to do this again, Nicole. I know, always. We need a cinnamon roll pirate. Okay, so let's see. What do we have here? Cinnamon roll pirate. A cinnamon roll pirate. I tell you what. All right. Well, let's do this. Okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to spin, and because I would say let's vote again, but I know what's going to happen. I can break the tie. I can break the tie. I can break the tie. Thank you, Mary. We can't. No. I don't know why I keep asking us to vote for things because you're exactly right, Megan. Wait, why is it still moving? Wait a minute. I said no. Oh, for Pete's sake. Why is it doing that? I didn't click save. I didn't click save. That's why. Oopsie, guys. Okay, well, guess what now? It's cinnamon roll. It's officially cinnamon roll. You know what? I'm going to take it. And we actually have 22 people on right now, and 21 votes. So, okay, ta-da! It's cinnamon roll hero. Wow, I don't know. I'm just thankful for whoever just joined and voted. Thank you very much. I know. I love it. Oh my gosh, this is why I love this crew so very much. Okie dokie. So, this is what we're doing, guys. Let's have a nice sprint. You know what's so funny? I thought we were going to have an extra long sprint, but we're not going to do that. Let's do, well, you know what? Let's do 35 minutes. Give us a little more time. And I think we need to spin a wheel. Probably. We probably should. We can come up with suggestions and then just spin the wheel. How about that? I think that'd be fun. Okie dokie. So we're gonna do cinnamon roll this morning. Feel free when we come back. Let me just close this out because you don't need to see that again. When we come back from sprints, we can talk about what we were reading, what we were up to, how our week's been, and if you have any cinnamon roll recs, you can also share them. Um, and I'm going to be, and then it's not hard for me actually to come up with a bunch. So I'm really excited. We're going to talk all about cinnamon rolls. I want everybody to walk away today with ideas for a great cinnamon roll book to read that they didn't know about before. That's the goal. That's the goal. I'm excited. But yeah, what are you going to be doing during sprints? Let's real quick talk about that. And this is our last show of March. So we're going to do one last Leprechaun Clover theme sprint. I know you're so thrilled. Shannon says, I didn't just join, but I did just vote because a meeting interrupting me being able to vote a few minutes ago. Okay, good. Well, Shannon, thank you then. You're probably the reason. B shows entirely stack of Abby Jimenez books. I know. I'm going to show other things too. I should probably not do that because everybody already knows about that, right? Oh my gosh, you're so funny, Kristen. I love it. There were a couple comments way a long time ago. Oh, good. Here we are. Megan says, I finished reading Mad Duke March. Yes, I'm doing the Rake review a year late. Yay. I love that. And read one of the Wanton Wallflower stories from Giovanna last night. And it was the perfect little snack. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh, how exciting. How exciting. Paige says, I'm reading After Ever Happy by Anna Todd. Almost done with this toxic train wreck series. I remember you've been reading that, Paige. I love it so much. Oh, and Molly says she's going to be finishing The Ever King today, hopefully. Fingers crossed, Molly. What else do we have? Let's see. I'm reading Confounding Oaths. If I can stay awake, of course. If you can. Of course. Of course. Asking for a friend. What is the definition of a cinnamon roll? Let's see, Terry. It's a golden retriever of a hero. He's adorable. He always puts his woman first. Or if it's an his man first. He is just so dear and sweet. Just want to pinch their cheeks. And they're just so dear and loving and comfortable. They're like a cozy sweater. I just love it. I love Cara Stone was talking about it, like non-threatening, just sweet. Oh, Mary's reading Married by Morning. It's so good, Mary. I can't wait. I can't wait to talk about it. That's by Alexis Hall, historical fantasy romance. Get out. Oh my gosh, I know how much you love Alexis Hall. That's great. I didn't know that Alexis Hall wrote fantasy. That's so cool. Dee says, I've been listening to Where Dreams Begin by Lisa Kleypas. Oh, Dee, are you enjoying it? Reading The Ever King. That's right, Molly. We're going to finish that today. I can feel it for you. I feel it. I can feel it happening. What is a golden retriever hero? Okay, so Terry, I feel like we're getting our signals crossed again. I'm so sorry. It's my fault. I think I kind of explained it though. Does it make sense now? Sort of like really sweet. They're sweet, essentially, in a nutshell. He's the most supportive. There you go, Sock. Yes. And friendly. Yes. Nicole's going to be lesson planning. You're so good, Nicole. I'm so tired. This is the week before testing. No. Oh man. I was hoping you'd be all rested after your spring break. But yeah, I can't even imagine the week before testing. That's so stressful. Well, we are going to be sending you positive vibes to help you get those lessons planned and maybe give you a little energy too. That would be good. Megan's going to explain it. Cinnamon roll hero equals Samuel Moore of the Widow of Rose House. He was also my inspiration for historical scientist hero. I know, right? I was thinking about him. I was thinking about him too. Second time around for Where Dreams Begin, and I still love it. Oh, Dee. I haven't even read that yet, but I want to. I really, really want to. I'm reading Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. So good. Love her. I know. It's so good. It's so good. Yay. Sweet on the outside, spicy on the inside. That also makes an often very nice cinnamon roll hero. True. True. Thanks for the explanation. My friend appreciates it very much. Do tell your friend You're welcome. You've got this, Nicole. Sending good vibes your way. Oh, everybody's so encouraging. I just love it so much. All right. So we're going to come back. We're going to have cinnamon roll recommendations. But in the meantime, we're going to be lesson planning. We're going to be reading. We're going to be productive. We're going to come back. And we're also going to vote, sort of. Not really. This is not a vote the same way. Don't worry. We're not going to get a tie. We're going to do the last 4-leaf clover fields. And we're going to go for, let's just go ahead and go for, let's do 35 minutes. I'd love a little bit of a longer time. And we don't have, we're just kind of relaxed today. We don't have a lot going on, which I love, love, love. So let me put this up here so you can see it. Okay. Boom. And of course, there's an ad. Sock, I need to use your ad-free thing, Bob. I haven't gotten there yet. All right. Are we on the right screen? Yes, we are. 35 minutes. Please let me know. Oh my gosh, there's no star on his hat? I always pick based on the star. Well, now what am I going to do? I like purple, so I'm going with number 2. We got the tie and the watering can. Use my favorite color. Let us know in the chat. Who are you voting for? We'll see who wins this morning to get that golden feeling of accomplishment afterwards. We've already seen buckle on hat. Oh, I like the buckle on the hat. Oh, I like that. That's so fun. Okay. I'm seeing the votes. Let's do this. Let's enjoy. And I can't wait to talk to you guys after. Wow. That's a lot. We are done. I don't want to scare anyone if you weren't looking. With like a really abrupt hey. Number 3 is the first place winner, and mine is second, which I'll take it. Let's see here. Who got to win today? We have Paige. What, did you win last time too, Paige? And Megan and Mary. So well done, guys. Well done. I love it. I know. Darn it, Bucklehead. We were counting on you. Do let us know in the I did it again. Okay. Oh, for Pete's sake. You know, it's been a long week. A great one, but a long one. And I'm gonna use that as my excuse as to why I'm making silly mistakes today. I did. I think 3 is a lucky number. I feel like Paige, you win a lot. You're a lucky gal. I mean, in the drawings and everything. That's so fun. You might want to play the lottery, as they say. So tell us in the comments, what did you get up to during our sprints? I did a deep dive and found lots of cinnamon rolls. I'm not just going to talk to you about Abby Jimenez. I promise. I promise I'm going to bring up some things that I've never talked about before and things that were new to me. So I'm really excited. But let's see what we got up to during the sprints. Ba, ba, ba. Let's see. Ejatu is reading Murder at the Movies by Ellie Alexander. Oh, how fun! I love Ellie Alexander. I need to read more of her. Oh, Megan, you know, Megan also loves those mysteries. Terry says, I'm about 20% into A Small Independence by Mimi Matthews. Yay. And I'm also buddy reading The Madness of Lord Ian Mackenzie. Yes, I've heard you guys talking about that over on the Tea and Biscuits Discord. How fun. Good morning, Cassandra. Oh, and she won as well. Good job, Cassandra, coming in and winning right away. Picking number 1. I know. I'm sorry, Kristen. Sorry. You suck. I did not read anything, says Dee. I had to play nurse and bandage some cuts here. Need some chocolate now. That sounds about right. Chocolate's going to help. It's going to follow right after. Sorry that you had to play nurse. Goodness. But yeah, definitely go for that chocolate. You read the whole time, Sock. I'm so impressed. How are you enjoying it? This is the Fantasy Historical Romance by Alexis Hall. I would love to know what your thoughts are. Paige says, if only my luck would carry over to the lottery. I know, right? I tell you. Angel Wolf 23. I read some more in Tale of the Heart Queen. By the way, my husband's home. I don't know if you can hear. He's making a smoothie, as always. So it's been a while, but he's home today. So that's what's happening. If you hear that noise, that's what that is. Angel Wolf says, I read some more in Tale of the Heart Queen by Nisha J. Tooley. It is a fantasy romance. How fun. Oh, and you're walking the dog right now. Good job, Megan. Well done. Well done. As I mentioned, I was busy looking for cinnamon roll heroes. So I think I found some good ones. Your Papa needs to make smoothies. Doesn't he, though? I don't know if you guys can hear it. I have the door closed all the way because I knew he was going to do this. Stacy says, I'm at work in the office alone today. So I'm glad to be here and have humans to interact with. Yay, Stacy. So happy. 14 pages read of The Ever King. Molly's getting closer and closer. Kristen says, I'm almost halfway through KT Roberts' The Kraken's Sacrifice. There's no beef yet, just angst. It's good. Let's go. Awesome. Awesome. KT Robert. She's an author I hear a lot about, but mostly people say no. When I'm like, should I read her? They're like, no. So I don't know if she's like super spicy or super intense or super dark or all of the above. But yeah, it's funny. Even when I'm like, I'll think about KT Robert and people just say, don't do it. Because I'm a weenie. So anywho, let's talk about cinnamon roll heroes. I'm going to attempt to tell you about ones that I don't think you've heard yet on my channel, rather than just constantly go over the same ones over and over again. I probably will bring them up briefly. If you are in the comments and you want to, and you would like to tell us some of your favorite cinnamon roll heroes, go for it. My goal is to make a nice little recommendation list that everyone can walk away with some new cinnamon roll heroes to enjoy. And for those of you that are not certain what a cinnamon roll hero is, or have friends who don't know what cinnamon roll heroes are. Um, the Google defines them as being gentle, kind, and often selfless, making them beloved characters. So there you are. And I've actually asked for recommendations, and it's bringing me different ones each time, which is kind of neat. But I wanted to highlight some of them today. So let's see. Oh, I don't want to miss anything here. Sock says Confounding Oaths. Oh, this is by the Alexis Hall book. It's fun, but the writing style is a lot since Hall is leaning into this sort of stylized comedy writing that he can go along with lighthearted Regency novels. Interesting. Very interesting. Cassandra's multitasking, listening, and working. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So let's talk about some cinnamon roll heroes. We'll start with some that I am dying to read, but have not yet read. I've got some slides as well for books that I don't own. But basically, let me know if you want to comment about any of these. Tell me at least a couple words or word in the title so we'll know which one you're talking about, because I might go through some of these, but we can always jump back and talk about your comment as well. So one of the ones that is highly rated on Goodreads, shelved many, many times as a cinnamon roll hero filled novel, is The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. And I'm really excited. I feel like it's part of the Bride Test trilogy. I have not had the pleasure of reading her yet, but I'm really looking forward to reading the series. And especially now that I know that the middle book, book 2, has a cinnamon roll hero in it. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to set this here. Now, if you want to come back to this, we can. Let me know in the comments. And if you have read this and want to share, do let us know. We can always come back to things again. Another one, actually, I'll show you the, oh, you know what? I'll wait for that one. We also have Take a Hint, Dani Brown. This is the Brown Sisters trilogy. This again is book 2. It's the one in the middle, which I just found so funny. I know so many people that adore this series, and I have not, again, had the pleasure of reading it yet, but I've accumulated these through library sales and at my used bookstore. So I'm looking forward to enjoying this cinnamon roll hero right here. And as it was, again, shelved many, many times as a cinnamon roll hero on Goodreads. So looking forward to that. Talking about some books that I own, as you guys know, you can see my Abby Jimenez collection right here. She basically writes cinnamon roll heroes. The only one that I don't have here is the one that's coming out. Good night. It's next week, April 1st. Say You'll Remember Me. Surprise, surprise. He's a cinnamon roll hero, but it's kind of buried deep. So he doesn't present the same way that many of the heroes do, which is a good thing, I think. But quickly you realize he's a cinnamon roll. I'm not giving anything away, I promise. But yeah, Say You'll Remember Me. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to everybody reading it. I had the pleasure of reading it. In fact, I was at 30% when I woke up in the middle of the night. It was like 1 a.m. and I could not get back to sleep. And I thought, you know what I'll do? I'll just make a little tea and I'll read a chapter and I'll fall back to sleep. And fast forward to like 7 a.m., I had stayed up all night reading the book until I finished it. So it was very good. It's one of the hardest ones I've ever read. The other one, if you're familiar with The Friend Zone, that one is like really intense, very upsetting. Unfortunately, Say You'll Remember Me also has some of those themes as well. So it's probably right up there with The Friend Zone as one of the most difficult reads, but very, very satisfying and incredible emotional experience. I cried and laughed and laughed and cried. It was very, very good. So we do have a cinnamon roll hero there. Oh, Jay says, I loved Take a Hint, Dani Brown. Amazing, amazing. Oh, wonderful. Love to hear that. Sock says, Dani Brown was my favorite from that trilogy, and I liked them all. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is great, guys. I feel like we're all learning this morning. I love it. I love we can all learn from each other. It's the best. So I wanted to bring up a couple. I'm just going to go through the ones that you guys may have heard me talk about before. Also, I want some of your opinions too, because I remember them as cinnamon rolls, but let's see what you think. We have The Widow of Rose House. This is I'm not going to go into this too much because we just read this, many of us, the Tea and Biscuits book club. This is an historical romance set in the Victorian era, although I guess it's called the Gilded Age because this is set in New York. So it's early, what would you say? I'm going to get the date wrong. Watch me get the date wrong. 1875. So it's 1875 in New York City. And we have a scientist. Megan was bringing this up. We have a scientist who is a cinnamon roll hero. He's kind of a mess. I love it. He's just a little eccentric, but he's the dearest, sweetest man. But like his hair is a little bit askew, but he's just so yummy. And he helps our heroine. He just worships her, and I love it so much. Again, I won't go too much into it because I know many of us have just read this and we weren't necessarily as excited about it because of the cover. I know. And then we all wound up being huge Diana Biller fans. So that is one we can, of course, talk about again if you would like to. But the other hero that I wanted to mention who gives me those similar vibes in a contemporary romance is the fabulous Cara Bastone's book, Ready or Not. And we have his name is Shep Balder. And everyone I know that's read this has just adored this man so much. I was crying hysterically in the middle of a indoor playground when I got to like 75% because of him. And I told Cara Bastone that. And she's like, yay, that's what I wanted. I was like, great. I look like a crazy person sobbing into my Kindle at an indoor playground. But it's just beautiful. This man is helping this woman who gets pregnant after a one-night stand. It's not his baby. He's the dearest, sweetest thing in the whole wide world. And we've all said, everyone I know said, I don't really like surprise pregnancies, but this one really works. It's true. It's true. If you think you don't like surprise pregnancies, just pretend that you don't care to read this. I'm telling you, because, and I'll even be honest, I told the author, I requested the ARC knowing it was Cara Bastone because I adore her so much. And then when I found out it was surprise pregnancy, I was like, no, I don't want to read this. And man, I'm telling you, it was amazing. It was amazing. So anyone who loves surprise pregnancy, you'll be thrilled. But anyone who thinks they don't like it or doesn't like it, because I still will say I'm not a big fan, this one does it right. I'm telling you. Read it and tell me I'm wrong, right? I mean, it's so good. It's so good. FYI, the hero in Diana Biller's Hotel of Secrets is a lot spicier or spikier. Okay, this is good to know. I'm glad you told me, Sock, because I definitely want to read that. In fact, Paige got that for me the other day, which thank you again, Paige. I'm so excited to own that one. Another historical romance, again, correct me if I'm wrong. We've got Anna Bennett's It Takes a Rake. Now, it says a rake, but this gentleman right here, I don't need to point, you guys can see him. He is a cinnamon roll, but he wants to win the girl. And the only way for him to do that is to try to act like a rake because she's into rakes. So he asks her to give him lessons in how to be a rake. It's so good. I love this series. I still haven't read the first book in the series, which is driving me crazy. They're all set at the seaside, this cute little town at the seaside. And I love the grand gestures too that take place in these books. I really enjoy Anna Bennett. I've tried to get her on my channel, but she's also a teacher. And she's like, I don't think I should go on. She was a little nervous about going on and, because these are romance novels. But I thought that was pretty funny. But anyway, really want to finish this series. I want to wait until the summer because they do have like some summery beachy vibes, which is so super fun. But I love this one. Spikier like a cactus. Okay, she meant spikier. Okay, got it. Thank you, Sock. Oh, good morning, Kay Simmons. We're so glad you joined us today. I'm just giving some cinnamon roll hero recommendations, and everybody else is talking about them in the chat. We're all helping each other learn. Again, I'm trying not to just do the ones I always do. I'm trying to mix it up a little bit. I've also got, now tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like this is right. I feel like I'm remembering this correctly. Sarah MacLean's Bombshell. This is the first book of the Hell's Bells series. And Cecily is a spicy little minx. But she's got Caleb Calhoun. He's an American. I love the way I want to say it's Mary Jane Wells that does these, and her accent is interesting. But anyway, he is so gone for Cecily as he has been, even in other books. I'm trying to remember, and we talked about this just the other day. I'm going to find out which series we first meet Cecily in because her sisters are in another series, and it's not like overtly mentioned. Like you sort of have to do a bit of digging to find out. But we've met Caleb before, and he has been pining for our gal Cecily forever. But I do feel like he's a cinnamon roll. So feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I really do think that our man is a cinnamon roll in this one. Oh my heavens, and what am I doing? I'm not even showing you the step back on the back. What is wrong with me? Isn't it gorgeous and yummy? I love it so much. So there's our cinnamon roll. I really think he is. And I liked it. But I'm going to go out and say again, of the Hell's Bells books, Terry and I just finished buddy reading Knockout. And that was my favorite of the 3 so far. So looking forward to that. And the 4th one's coming at some point. We don't know when. She's told us it's going to happen soon. Ooh, reminds me, I think she was referring to this one. My Fake Rake by Eva Lee. I want to read that so badly. Natural scientist gets lessons on how to be a fake rake. Oh, how perfect. Remember that? We were talking about that the other day. We want to read all of the Eva Lee's is it the Union of the Rake series? I've got to read more Eva Lee because the book, oh, for Pete's sake, what's the name of it? It's The Age Gap or Reverse Age Gap. It's so good. It's by Eva Lee. Oh, that's going to drive me crazy. Who knows it? Put it in the comments. Or I can look it up. The series is called Scandal and Scoundrel. Thank you. And Terry is referring to Sarah McLean's series that introduces Cecily's family, her sisters, that all end up with their happily ever afters. So we do see, I believe, Caleb and Cecily before this book, where he's already kind of pining for her secretly. Love it. Referring to It Takes the Rake. Yes, Sock. I gotcha. Where you meet Cecily's sister. Yes, ma'am. Union of the Rakes. You've got them all now. Yay. Awesome. I want to read all the Union of the Rakes. I believe there's 3 of them. And like I said, the one that I might have to look it up right now because that's going to drive me nuts. Which one is it? The Reverse Age Gap. He is this stuffy military guy who's way younger than her. She is a widow she's a free spirit. She wants to really live. And the 2 of them end up on like a road trip together. Oh, it's so good. Okay, I'm going to look it up. What is it called? Oh, that's going to drive me nuts. I'm looking it up right this minute. Union of the Rakes. Eva Lee. And it is Waiting for a Scot Like You. I love this cover. I'm going to show you right now. Do. It's so good. It's so good. Seriously. He's not a cinnamon roll, though, because he's a little stuffy. Thank you. Thank you, Sock. You got it. Okay. And then I shall remove that. I don't know why it's consistently so giant. Let's keep going. I've got a great one by Cat Sebastian that I just love, The Perfect Crimes of Marion Hayes. We have a super cinnamon roll in our man, Rob. I adored Rob. Now, I wasn't as big a fan of the gal, Marion. It's in the title, literally, B. Come on. But yes, Marion was a little bit too cerebral for me, a little too aloof. But Rob makes up for that in spades. He is the dearest, sweetest human. I adored him. I mean, he's one of my favorite cinnamon rolls in historical romance, for sure. So I love it. Okay, Jay has a question. Has anyone read My Big Fat Fake Marriage by Charlotte Stein? Apparently, he's a super sweet cinnamon roll. Ooh. I haven't, but anybody in the chat, let me know if you've read it. I'm very curious. I just saw a title on NetGalley that's coming out later this year called My Big Fat Vampire Wedding. It's like, well, they've used that title for everything. But let us know. Charlotte Stein, My Big Fat Fake Marriage. I can't wait to find out. We also have I'm going to try to blast through these because I know you guys already know that I'm talking about, that I'm going to talk about these. I personally, because you guys know I love BK Borison. This one, Love Light Farms, I found Luca to be one of the yummiest heroes of all time. I love him so much. So much. But you know what? When I looked on Goodreads, above him, 2 other books in the Love Light series were shelved very popularly as cinnamon roll heroes from the same series, the Love Light series, Mixed Signals and Business Casual. And this one is so this is, you know, what I love about this series too is each book is based on a season. So, you know, we have the Love Light Farms, which is winter, obviously, like Christmassy holiday. And then this one, Mixed Signals, this is book 3, I believe. Yeah, book 3. This is set in spring. And then we have summer for Business Casual. I just finished this one. I really liked this one. He's a great cinnamon roll. And same here. So yeah, pretty much everybody but our grumpy man, Mr. Grumpity Grumps in the Weeds, which is book 2. Remind me his name, Beckett, but he's got a good heart. But yeah, he's not a cinnamon roll. He's very prickly. Or what was the word you used? What did you use? Stickles? I don't remember. Spikier. Spiky. He's a little spiky. I like that. Let's see. If people want Rex, I've got a contemporary hockey one. Casey Hickson, Time to Shine. Yes, by Rachel Reed. Both heroes are players on the same team, as it were. Yes. Okay, here it is. Oh, you're so right, Sock. I adore Casey. I love this man so much. He acts like he's very young, doesn't he? Because he's just like such an eager puppy. But he's so dear. He's so dear. I love this book and I love Casey. That's a great rec, Sock. Thank you. I would not have mentioned that. I love it. We also have you guys know that I love Scarlett Scott. This is a sweet, clean romance. Basically, I'm going to tell you, like Abby Jimenez, all of her heroes are basically cinnamon roll. And everything is sweet and everybody's so nice. That's actually been my gripe with her when I've read like an enemies to lovers. Like they're not enemies enough. Everybody's just too nice. So, which is a silly thing to say because that's the thing I generally love about her books. Like everyone, it's just easy to fall in love with everybody. But when you have an enemies to lovers, you kind of want them to be a little bit spicier. Oh, it's a bookmark. I was like, what just almost got me in the eye? Live programming. Can't beat it. Okie dokie. We've also got, you guys know I'm talking about this one. Fantasy. This is light monster romance. He's half orc. I've talked to everybody about Halfling, and I know many of you have read it. He is incredible. If you're thinking about fantasy, even if you're not a big monster romance person, because I don't think at the end of the day I really am, and also fantasy, I don't tend to dip my toes too frequently into fantasy, but I like to occasionally. I love to mix it up, and this is the perfect ticket. Like it's 2 people. And again, he's such a cinnamon roll, but it's a kind of an exploration through the woods as they're trying to reach their destination. And I was just reading a Highlander romance recommended to me by Abby Jean, and it was called, oh, for Pete's sake, Donna Fletcher's. I just finished it last night. I'm just going through too many titles in my brain right now. I think my brain overloaded. Nope, not gonna get it. Anyway, I realized last night as I was reading the book, Loved by a Warrior by Donna Fletcher, it had been way too long since I'd enjoyed a really beautiful book that took us through like the wilderness. You know, it's like a road trip, but like a wild road trip. And I adore those. I think I want to do a rec video on wilderness road trip type books because I just love a nice journey through the woods. I love it. I love it because you don't know what's going to happen. It can be exciting. It's sometimes it's peaceful. It's just, Okay. Anyway, so that was my side note. This is not Bee's day when it comes to her eyes. No, I got Vicks Vapo Rub trying to get in my eyes. I got bookmarks flying in my eyeballs. Yeah, what on earth? Right? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. All right, good. Okay, I will do that. I will do that because I honestly need more of those books in my life. I just love a good, and I feel like Highlander does that a lot, where they're going through the woods together. Um, but anyway, I love a good road trip, right? We need it. This is what we need. We need a good road trip. Okay. Oh, for camping this summer. Yes, Kristen. I love it. Okay, we'll do it this summer. We'll do it this summer. Love it. Road trip. Yes. Done. Done. I love it. Another thing I love, Sarah Reddy. She's got a new fantasy series, I think, that's coming out. She keeps teasing it on her Instagram. I'm really excited. And I loved her whole Ghosted series, but this one features a cinnamon roll in our man who is in her dreams. And he's just the dearest, sweetest man because his life is not easy. And yet he is so caring and forgiving and loving. And I know I've recommended this book to you guys, and many of you have read it. And as you're reading it, you're freaking out and messaging me, and you're like, oh my gosh, I know. But it's so good at the end, right? But there's definitely like stress. People are messaging me going, what is happening? It's so good. It's so good. How can she be with the man who she only knows in her dreams? Read and find out. I'm serious. It's so good. It's so good. Anyway, okay, I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Let's get some jerky and crank up on the road again. Love that idea. Yes, road trips. Do you have a pop-up tent for an intro? Do I? I know my husband does. I wonder if he'd let me. He probably won't let me. Halfling is on my TBR today. Cassandra, I'm so excited. You have to tell me what you think when you read it. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. We're just going to go look at the cover one more time. La, 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 la. It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Oh, it's beautiful. I need to have Essie Wendell back on my channel. I feel like I haven't talked to her in ages. Love her. Okay. Also, another one that was a top pick on Goodreads, shelved under Cinnamon Roll Heroes, The People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. And I mean, I enjoy all of my Emily Henry books that I've read. I've read everything she's put out. I sometimes have difficulty distinguishing one from another, though. I don't know why that is. So yeah, I will just leave it at that. If you want to talk more about it, we can. Let me know in the comments. But that was another one that, of all the Emily Henrys, that's the one that they thought was the most cinnamon roll hero around. Oh, Cassandra, let's buddy read. Oh, that'll be fun. You two, I would love, you gotta both tell me what you think. Another one, I've talked about this. Shannon Page, Life is Better with You. She has fallen off the face of the earth in terms of publishing. She was going to write a second book. We got teasers for it. I even got to read the first couple chapters. And she was traveling a lot with her husband. I don't know if she just decided, you know what, I just want to travel. I really don't know and I'm sad because I love her writing so much. This is one of my favorite reads of, I want to say 2023. This was a while ago, but we have a cinnamon roll in our man, Luke. This gave me vibes of like Pam Beasley and Jim Halpert from The Office. These two are, co-workers. He's so in love with her, but she thinks she's into more like rough guys. Well, he invites her to his house, which again, their whole family, talk about found family and just sweet families. He has her come to his home because he needs to have like a fake date for a wedding, and it's his ex marrying his brother, I think. Oh my gosh. But it's so good, and he's just out to convince her that he can be more than just her friend. He's so dear. It's just so good, and I wish that this book got more hype, but she came from out of nowhere and then she disappeared. So, I feel like it's one of those best kept secrets in contemporary romance, and I'm going to talk about it until I turn blue in the face because I love this book. I love this book. What is happening now? What's happening okay. We're going to tag. Jay says, oh, I just remembered this one. Ruby Dixon's Half Orcs Maiden Bride. Oh my gosh, it's one of my top favorites. Oh my gosh, you just made me think. Oh my gosh, Jay, I wasn't even thinking about Ruby Dixon. But how many of her guys are the best cinnamon roll heroes around? I mean, that's one of the reasons I love her alien romances so much, is because they're basically all cinnamon rolls to a certain extent. Oh, so I need to read the Half Orcs Maiden Bride. Oh my gosh, so super fun. So super fun. How did I not think of Ruby Dixon? I tell you. Thank you, Jay. Oh, that's right. I know Megan has halfling. Yes, you did get it from a Discord friend. Oh good. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna be like a fly on the wall listening to you guys talk about halfling. I love it so much. Also, okay, all right. I'm getting to the, oh my gosh, I have not even been looking at the time. I'm having so much fun. I need to go in a few minutes. Okay, I have some slides of other things that I don't own, but that are very highly rated with cinnamon roll tags on Goodreads. So I thought I would share these with you briefly. Again, we can come back to, oh, you know what? Let me go to the particular slide because I'm making a point here. Okay. So, Unfortunately Yours and Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. I've only read part of one of the Tessa Bailey books, and it was Secretly Yours. And I felt like this might not be for me. They might be too spicy for me. But I've heard such great things about Window Shopping. I've heard great things about many of her books. So I'm giving them a whirl at some point. I have not read either of these, but I mean, Cinnamon Roll Heroes, hooray. And this is Window Shopping is a Christmas book. So I didn't get a chance to read it this past Christmas. So I'm going to look forward to it in December this year. So there you have that. Additionally, other books that were very highly rated. Let me go back over here because I have slides. Put these in a particular order for a reason. We have one that I've never heard of before, but again, I wanted to mention it because, if you're intrigued, you can always look it up. And if anybody's read it, do let us know in the comments. But this one was really highly rated on Goodreads. Consider Me by Becca Mack. Additionally, we have Twice Shy by Sarah Hogel. And I have definitely heard of this one. I have not had a chance to read it, but I've heard good things. Love Speaks Louder Than Words. We also have Play Along by Liz Tomford. It wasn't this book, but it was another book in the Windy City series that where our hero went very far in our best book boyfriend bracket back in February. So I definitely need to read this series. I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We also have Archer's Voice. This one, I mean, oh my gosh, I know this is so beloved. Anytime you have a book that's got multiple versions that have been published, where you can get this kind or that kind, I think the one that I saw most recently at a Barnes and Noble was the one where it's annotated by the author. So I thought that would be fun. But I was able to grab this from my library, and then I just didn't have time to listen to it. So I need to, I mean, this is on one of my, some days on my TBR, like that I just need to read. I could do Christmas in July. I love it. Yes. Let's do that. There's never enough time to read the holiday books that I want to read during the holidays. So yes, I do need to read them outside of December, or I will never get through them. Reformed Rake 21st Century Edition. I love it. I love it. I liked Consider Me, the cinnamon roll player hockey hero. The cinnamon roll hockey player hero has a history of being a player off the ice too. Okay. And so that was boop, boop, boop. Thank you, Sock, for telling us about that. I love it. And he's a hockey player. Love, love, love. Excellent. Okie doke. Heading back. We've got Catherine Cowles, who at some point I do want to try her. I do. She's a doll, by the way. I know I told you the other day, I asked if she wanted to do a little video for her most recent release, and she didn't have time, but she was so sweet, and I just loved her. I just loved her. So and I've heard such beautiful things. So I want to read her at some point. But they've said this of all of her books has the most shelved votes, if you will. Oh, and we have balloons. Thank you, Mac computer. The most shelved under Cinnamon Roll. Delicate Escape, which is part of Sparrow Falls. I've heard such good things about Archer's Voice. I need to read it, Molly. I need to read it. And Catherine Cowles, I know I need to read her too. I really, really do. I actually, it's funny. The gals in our Abby Jimenez book group are talking about how they want to continue on after we're done with Abby Jimenez. And we've been trying to talk about what we could do instead. And I said, what about Catherine Cowles? And then they laughed me out of the room because apparently she has quite the extensive backlist. So I don't think we're going with her. But I wanted to. I just need to read her at some point. Archer's Voice is an emotional read. I liked it too. Oh boy. A Werewolf's Guide to Seducing a Vampire by Sarah Hawley has the cutest cinnamon roll plant shop owner. Fun. Super fun. I just read that on Tuesday. Oh boy, that's great, Sock. I love it. We have, speaking of hockey, Stephanie Archer's The Fake Out. This one was shelved very highly, along with what we just talked about that. Kathy Yardley's Role Playing. This has been literally on my Kindle Unlimited shelf forever. I just have not had time. I believe they're both older, like 40s and 50s, and just kind of starting over after their kids are grown. They meet playing video games, I want to say, which is why it's called role playing. But it's supposed to be just so good and so adorable. And when I saw this again, like highly shelved under cinnamon roll, I'm like, this is just another sign that I need to read this book. So, yeah. Oh, we got some more comments about The Werewolf's Guide to Seducing a Vampire. I can confirm that Ben in Werewolf is the cutest. I love it. I did really like Catherine Cowles. Yeah. See, there you go, Molly. We also have highly rated Hannah Bonham Young and for Out on a Limb and Next to You. Both of those were highly rated for cinnamon roll. I've read both of those and I liked the stories. For me, for some reason, I don't know why, the love scenes just don't hit for me personally. So I don't tend to, I haven't read her most recent release. Because again, every single time I read her, I enjoy the overall story. And then somehow when we get to the love scenes, I don't know, there's just some sort of dissonance for me, but that's just me. Everybody's different. Last but not least of the exhaustive list that we only really probably just tapped the iceberg for is Elsie Silver's Reckless. And this is book 4 of the Chestnut Hills series. I've only had a chance to read the first one, Flawless, but I've heard great things about other books in the series. And I actually have both of the covers here in case you want to check them out. Personally, and let me know what you think. I love the one on the right. I love a good like clinch cover, and I think I prefer people on a cover to the illustrated type of cover like this without a person on it. I haven't done I'm sure there's like a quick sound bite, if you will. Oh, there you go again, more balloons. What is it called? Like an illustrated cover versus the clinch cover. In any case, I don't know words. Oh yes, I like her boots. I know. Thank you, Kristen, for getting me out of that hole. I like her boots. I do too. And then, of course, we can also see illustrated boots on the other cover. Well, I am now. I know people on the cover. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, thank you, Paige, again for getting me out of the hole of the words that I was using and not making sense anymore. So I have. I'll pop out of this real quick. I have good news and I have bad news. Oh, good. We have more. I love the cover with the people. Yes. I feel like they're veering away from that, unfortunately, because of TikTok. This is what I've heard. We can explore this in greater depth at another time, but that's basically what I've heard, that illustrated covers are making a comeback because people on Book Talk are really talking them up. Anyway, all right. No discrete covers. Yes, that's how I feel. Yes, we could get all into this. I feel like I need to do more research before I just go, this is what I heard. But anyway, I have good news and I have bad news. We'll start with the bad news. The bad news is, so the reason we're meeting today is because we're going out of town tonight, and we're going to be out of town even through Tuesday. So the next live show, I couldn't figure out any way to do it because of our weird, crazy schedule and the kids being home. I'm not gonna be able to do the next live until April 4th, which is next Friday. So we won't be together again until next Friday. So it's a little more than a week, which is a bummer. But the good news is, guess who my guest is on Friday, April 4th? It is Scarlett Scott. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to have her on. I know she has an upcoming release because she always has an upcoming release and has like the biggest backlist ever. So I cannot wait to have her on. And honestly, you now have more than a week. If you wanted to read a couple of her books before Friday, you could do that. It's this far out. I know. Yay. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So yes, I do apologize that we won't be able to meet again until next Friday. It's going to be a long time. It's going to feel so long to me. But yeah, like I said, we're going to have Scarlett Scott. So we'll come back with a bang. So I'm really, really, really excited. So yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I really wanted to try to do it earlier than next Friday, but with our wacky schedules and then like the kids being home, there's just no way. The kids will not let me do this. They will not. I know. Oh, thank you so much, Paige. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm really excited. I'm really excited. Well, with that, I have to run, but I will be looking forward to seeing you next Friday. Thank you guys so much. You're so wonderful. You guys are so wonderful. I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you. And yeah, we'll talk soon. When we get back together next Friday, we'll have so many things to share about what we've been up to, what we've been reading, and then yeah, we're gonna talk to Scarlett Scott. So I just can't wait. So I'm gonna head out. Everybody have a great weekend. It's almost here. And I will see you next time. Bye.